Students, today we will study about DNA replication. Now DNA replication means what? This is proposed, the scientists that is who are proposing this replication of DNA is Watson and Crick. So same person, those who propose the double helical structure of DNA double helix structure. Now this is what is replication, that is DNA form its DNA. So we know this is the first process of central dogma where DNA can form its own DNA, and the process is called as replication or duplication. Now this is a semi-conservative replication. Now what do you understand by semi-conservative? Means the two DNA molecules which are formed, the strands are one of parent strand and one is of daughter strand. Now this semi-conservative mode of replication is proved by, experimental proof is given by Matthew Meselson and Franklin Stahl. So who gave this? That yes, it is a Matthew Meselson and Franklin Stahl. So these scientists gave the experimental proof for that DNA is a replication is a semi-conservative type. Now what they need? They need E. coli bacteria. So let's come to the detail of this. The DNA replication is semi-conservative. To prove that, they took the materials that are taken by them are 15 NH4Cl, 14 NH4Cl, CSCl, E. coli bacteria, then centrifuge machine. Okay, so these materials are taken by this Franklin Stahl and Matthew Meselson. They grew many generations of E. coli in a medium containing 15 NH4Cl. Okay, so 15 NH4Cl is first used up, and then they after 20 minutes they shifted to 14 NH4Cl. So there is a culture medium. So there is a culture medium, and this culture medium contains what? E. coli bacteria. Okay, and this they have grown first in 15 NH4Cl, and then after 20 minutes they shifted it to 14 NH4Cl, and then after that it is continued for 40 minutes like that. Okay, and then they centrifuge it in CSCl, and then they got this observation. Now what they observed, their observation they got after centrifuging this culture in CSCl, that is cesium chloride. So what do they observe? First, the culture medium that shows 3 bands of DNA. So 3 bands are there. Now this band is heavy. You know that on the density, basis of density we separated it, and CSCl particularly help to separate the DNA on the basis of density. Now this one is 15N and 15N type. The middle one is a 15N, 14N type, and the upper one is a 14N and 14N type. Okay, so these are the 3 bands. You know, this one, this strands of DNA, these are 15 and 14N. That means this is proving that semi-conservative replication occurs. And similar experiment on Visia fava, the fava beans, were conducted by Taylor and its colleagues in 1958, and the results were the DNA chromosomes also replicate semi-conservatively. So they also proved, Taylor, that is DNA replicate semi-conservatively. So this is the Matthew Meselson and Stahl experiment regarding semi-conservative replication. Now next we will go to how the process of DNA replication takes place. So you know what is the definition of replication. Now process replication occurs during S phase of life cycle, the cell cycle, S phase, and here DNA doubles itself. So this process of DNA replication, first of all the DNA, this is the chromosome, and this DNA get unwind itself like this, and then a new strand is formed here, so that two DNA get separated from other, and this is the DNA replication process. Now here this is the new strand and this is the parent strand. Now if you draw it in a Y-shaped form, will explain you. This is the Y-shaped structure that is formed during DNA replication, and its polarity, you know that DNA has got polarity. So this is 3' to 5' and 5' to 3'. So this is anti-parallel, and DNA replication always occurs at the first strand, this one. So this one is called leading strand, and once this strand is over, then the next strand is called as lagging strand. Now here this always occurs at like this 5' to 3' end. So this is a continuous strand form, and this is a discontinuous strand form, and this discontinuous strand, the stretches are called Okazaki fragments. And the major master enzyme which control this entire process is DNA dependent DNA polymerase enzyme. So lots of other enzymes also help in this process. So DNA dependent DNA polymerase enzyme is the major enzyme which uses DNA template to catalyze the polymerization of deoxyribonucleotides. So what is going on here? Polymerization. So the rate is 2000 base pairs per second approximately. Now in DNA prokaryotes there are 3 types of DNA polymerase, 1, 2, 3. And in case of eukaryotes, this is alpha, beta, delta, gamma, all these are DNA polymerase found in eukaryotes. Now these enzymes are highly efficient. What are the enzymes that are needed for this DNA polymerase? First of all, there is unwinding of DNA, that is by helicase enzyme, and then there is stability of this DNA strand given by topoisomerase, and DNA ligase is the joining of these stretches of DNA, and always there is a need of first start is always needed by a primase. RNA primer is needed for the starting of polymerization. So RNA primer is needed, and that's why the enzyme is primase. Now every stretches of DNA is formed with the help of this RNA primer, and total replication is monitored by DNA dependent DNA polymerase. So this is the DNA polymerase cannot initiate replication process on their own. So they require these enzymes. They require origin of replication, the site which provides the recognition site for the DNA polymerase as well as RNA primer. And due to the requirement of the origin of replication, piece of DNA needs to be propagated during the recombination. A vector is required always. So in eukaryotes, the replication of DNA takes place in S phase of cell cycle, and if cell division fails to take place, then it results in polyploidy. So thank you very much. Read the NCERT and clear your doubts in the online class tomorrow.